Namaste, everybody. Welcome to Smart Yoga. I'm Don. I started the channel, so welcome aboard. Thank you for watching this. I started this channel not only because I'm a yoga instructor, which I've been for, I don't know, 15 years or so, and take yoga, but I was taught so incredibly well by my teacher. You'll hear me speak of her, Ranjita, and just in my own practice, I've understood and taken a lot of what Ranjita has shared and taught me and, the various teacher trainings that I've taken, and I've just taken them to different places that I think would be helpful. So the videos that I do are for both instructors and students, because instructors are still students. We're students of life, which is why many of us have gotten into yoga. So the videos are broken down into different ways. I sort of categorized them into from the mat and from the chair. And the from the mat series, or the FTM series, are where I am on the mat and I do my practice pretty much every day. And every so often, an idea pops into my mind while I'm doing my practice that I want to share that may be helpful to you in your practice. So I have a camera set up in my loft, in my home, where I do my yoga practice when I do it in my home. And so I just turn the camera on. And so from the mat series, I may appear more hyper. Because if I've just gotten done doing some, not just stretching, but I also incorporate push-ups and I incorporate ab work into it. And sometimes I press myself. And then an idea pops into my head that I think will be helpful. I'll turn the camera on and so I will appear because I will actually be more hyper. And so in yoga, most yoga people, yoga instructors like to appear calm, full breaths and all this, but that is not how they always come across. So you might wind up laughing at me, but hopefully you'll learn something. And those tend to be shorter ones. There are also practices that I will run you through. They might be 20-minute practices for professionals that can only get 20, or for moms who can only get 20 minutes in before the kids wake up. And others might be an hour longer or so forth. So all of that will be determined as we move along. And then the other series that I mentioned is the From the Chair series. And that is what I'm in right now. I'm just in a chair. And I will typically put, pretty pictures behind me. Some, will be videos, some will be still shots, whatever they may be. But these are just things to understand, things that may help you in your own yoga practice, and how to take what you experience and think about during your yoga practice and apply it in off the mat. Let's put it that way. Sometimes I refer to your real life or your regular life, like off the mat. I consider yoga my regular life. I consider all of my every waking moment as part of my regular life. So without going into philosophical distinctions and so forth, I was a philosophy major at Rutgers University, which I'm happy to report was the #1 philosophy department in the United States and the #3 in the world. Not that that makes anybody smart or dumb. It just means we were challenged, and I love that challenge to go to the next level or the next thought or idea that might relate to what has been built upon it. And I've done that with my yoga practice. So I share these things with you. And some of the From the Mat series will have a lot of detail. I may break things down thoroughly. And others, I might just decide I'm just going to go through it because for somebody, let's say, who has to go to work or wake the kids up or whatever, time compression we experience in life. I may just, give a quick 15 or 20 minute, something that might stretch, get you doing some twists and some stretches I'll do other things that are more specific, maybe for basketball players, on how to work your hands differently, your feet differently, things like this. But as the channel grows and the videos become more numerous, there'll be different subject matters that I cover. So yoga is something where, and this I will stress in many videos or allude to in others, but setting your intention for each practice is very real, it's very specific, and it's very transportable or relatable off the mat. So that if you set an intention of slowing down in life, or you want to be less angry, there there is a mental approach, if you will, to those practices, so that you have a different frame of reference in you when you're off the mat, when you're out there at work or with family or wherever we go, driving our cars and frustration creeps in, or we're moving too quickly and we really want to learn to slow down and smell the roses, so to speak, that you have another frame of reference and it begins to take root off the mat. So this is the type of instruction that we'll do, and it's good for instructors alike, as well as students doing your own practice, because I apply all of these things in my own practice. So anything I speak of or share is something that isn't out of a textbook. It's because I'm doing it. Or if I speak of mistakes made, it's also the mistakes that I've made, because I tend to speak from experience in my life, and for better or worse. So that's an introduction to the channel Smart Yoga. And if you wanted to contact me personally, the information is below in the video, where how you could write to me or how you could email me, and for whatever reason, and then we will go from there. So I honor you for being here. I love having more folks, more people, yogis, yoginis, part of the bigger yoga family, and it's just a wonderful experience. So that is the introduction. Thank you. Namaste. I honor you.